Gemini, welcome to your weekly horoscope for May 4th to the 10th, 2026. My name's Adina. I'm an intuitive astrologer. Gemini, as you move into this week, there's a feeling that your external world is becoming more active, more demanding, more interconnected. But at the same time, there's an internal question that keeps surfacing. Where do you actually belong in all of this? And what truly aligns with you? The week begins with Mars in Aries moving through your 11th house, forming a square to Jupiter in your second house in Cancer. This immediately activates your social world, your friendships, your long term goals, and the visions you have for your future. Mars here is energizing your desire to move forward, to connect, to take action on goals that involve other people or your community. But Mars also rules your sixth house and your 11th house. So there's a deeper layer here connecting your daily responsibilities, your work environment, your routines, with the bigger picture of where you're going and who you're aligning with. As Mars squares Jupiter in your second house, this is where tension begins to build between your long term goals and your sense of stability, your finances, and your self worth. Jupiter is expanding your awareness of what you value, what you deserve, and what feels emotionally secure. This can feel like you are being pulled between saying yes to opportunities, collaborations, or social engagements, and questioning whether they're actually worth your time, your energy, or even your financial investment. You might feel pressure from others or even from yourself to move faster toward a goal, to commit to something, or to step into a role within a group. But internally, there may be hesitation. You may find yourself thinking, is this actually aligned with me? Or am I doing this because I want to or because I feel like I should? If this energy is handled unconsciously, it can lead to burnout, financial overextension, or frustration within friendships. You might say yes too quickly or act impulsively in pursuit of a goal without fully considering the long term impact. But when you work with this energy consciously, this becomes a powerful moment of alignment. This is where you begin to get clear about which goals are actually yours and which ones have been influenced by your external expectations. This energy is asking you to pause before committing, to check in with your values, to ask yourself, does this support the life I'm trying to build, or does it just feel exciting in the moment? As the week moves forward, the focus shifts inward into your mind, your subconscious, and the deeper layers of your thoughts. Mercury in Taurus moves through your 12th house and forms a square to Pluto in your 9th house in Aquarius. This is a very introspective and mentally intense energy. Mercury in your 12th house can bring up thoughts, memories, or realizations that don't always feel clear in the moment. It's like your mind is processing something beneath the surface, and you may not fully understand it right away. Mercury rules your first house and your fourth house. So this connects your identity and your emotional foundation, your home life, and your inner sense of safety. And as it squares Pluto in your ninth house, there's a deep transformation happening around your beliefs, your perspective, your worldview, and the way you make meaning out of your experiences. This can look like realizations that shift how you see something entirely. You may start questioning beliefs that you've held for a long time, or you may find yourself reflecting on past experiences and seeing them in a completely different light. There can also be a strong desire to understand something on a deeper level. You might go down a mental rabbit hole, researching, analyzing, or trying to make sense of something that feels significant. Internally, this can feel intense. You may notice overthinking, intrusive thoughts, or a sense that your mind is very active when you're trying to rest. If this energy plays out unconsciously, it can lead to anxiety, mental overwhelm, or getting stuck in patterns of overanalyzing without resolution. You might isolate yourself or avoid conversations because you're still trying to process everything internally. But at a deeper level, this is a powerful moment of mental transformation. This is where you begin to release outdated beliefs that have been limiting your growth. This energy is asking you to be gentle with your mind, to give yourself space to process without needing immediate answers, to allow insights to come through naturally rather than forcing clarity. It's also important to be mindful of what you're consuming mentally. The information, conversations, and content you engage with this week will have a deeper impact on you than usual. By the time you reach the end of the week, there's a noticeable shift into something more grounding, more reassuring. The Sun in Taurus, still in your 12th house, forms a sextile to Jupiter in your second house in Cancer. This feels like a quiet moment of clarity, not necessarily loud or dramatic, but something that settles within you. The sun here is illuminating your inner world, your subconscious, your need for rest and reflection. And as it connects with Jupiter in your second house, there's an opportunity to reconnect with your sense of worth, your stability, and what truly supports you. This can look like realization that brings peace. Maybe something you were overthinking earlier in the week starts to make sense. Or maybe you feel more grounded in your decisions or more confident in what you value. There can also be a sense of emotional reassurance, feeling supported, even if it's in subtle ways, feeling like you're starting to trust yourself more. On a practical level, this could be a good time to step back, to rest, to reflect before making any major decisions. It's less about taking action and more about integrating everything you've processed throughout the week. On a deeper level, this is about rebuilding your sense of self from the inside out. It's about recognizing that your value doesn't come from how much you do or how quickly you move, but from how aligned you are with yourself. Overall, this week is a journey between your external world and your internal reality. It begins with social activity and goal oriented pressure, and then moves into mental and emotional processing. And then it settles into a space of quiet clarity and self worth. You're being asked to slow down enough to hear yourself, to understand what truly matters to you, beyond the noise, beyond the expectations. And as you move through the week, the most important thing you can do is trust your inner process, even if it doesn't make sense right now, even if it feels uncertain, because everything that's unfolding right now is guiding you back to yourself. Gemini, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great week. Make sure you follow and subscribe for your weekly astrology updates, and I will connect with you in the next one.